Hi everyone, this is our project E1789 Improvements to Review Grader.
So our task has mainly three parts. The first is about the review report page, which displays the overall result of the reviewing. So you can see the metric columns, which display the data in the numerical ways now. It's not very intuitive. So our task is to virtualize this metric column, and we use chart to display the data. And to implement the chart, we use the library chart.js, and now we can see that in the code.
JSChart is a JS library, and we import a gem file in order to apply it into our project. We can see we define a display volume chart method in the review mapping helper file. Let's see the code. In the first part of the method, we mainly define how many rounds are shown in the chart. We consider a maximum of 3 rounds shown in the chart. And then we can see the data parts and the options parts. This is what we use to draw the chart. In the data parts, we define the data and the color of the chart, and the options part is mainly to use to change the style of the chart we use. We can define the height and width and the step size and others. And finally, we draw a horizontal bar chart in our project. And this is how our chart looks like. In order to make our chart more intuitive, we compare the each round's students' volume with the average volume. And we can see the blue part is the student's volume and the red bar is the average volume. This is really more intuitive than before.
This is the review score part, and this is we mentioned in the wiki page of the previous appearance of this web page. And we can clearly see that there's two main problems here. And the first one is here. And every time we mention the question, and we need to mention the team member and also the student member here. And also we can see that the blank here, the previous page left is too much, and we need to reduce that and make it looks good. This is what we do right now, and we change all of the viewing structure here, and we use Bootstrap as our constructor. And the main changes we did is the first one is the table header, and you can see right now we make it fixed, and so that solved the problem I mentioned in the wiki page, to not to repeat the team member and also the student member in every question. Yeah, we can see here. Yeah, and every time you scroll down, and if you don't remember the team and also how many members in this team, you can see from here always. And also another better thing to do the fixed table is that when we face the checkbox here, and we can totally avoid the repeat using of the team and this student member, because here every time we face the checkbox, and we can directly make it align, you can see, and we can directly see the result of every team, and this really reduce a lot of space here. And also we use some bootstrap class here to make it this circle shape, and in the previous one, and we just have the number of the scores here, and 1 to 5, and here we use the different color of the circle to differentiate the different score. And also in the checkbox we use this green stick, or maybe this red cross. to represent the true or false here. And okay, this is the first run, and we can see the second run here. Yes, and then we can see the code. This is review score pop.html is the file we do the changes. And in the beginning, we define some styles here. This dot table fix is just, yeah, this is for is to make. Oh, sorry, is to make this table head fixed. And also this table stripped is just to differentiate the color one by one. It's one yellow, one blue, just to do the loop here. Yeah, and here is the circle. And we define 0 to 5, and we define the same shape, but we differentiate the color in the body part. And here we use Ruby to do the loop, and we get the keys. This keys is a differential, which review run here. Yeah, and in the table head, we get the name, the author name, and here we get the question. After we get the question, we made a if-else sentence here, and if this is a checkbox, and we realize that in this kind of a style is different with the like the normal answer. And here is the stick and the cross style of the Bootstrap class. And here, if that is not the checkbox, and we realized by another new style, and also the name, answer, and some comments here. And here is the additional comment in the last of the page. Yeah, additional comment here.
Now, let me introduce the third part of our project, checking update for the reviewer or for the grader to show if they need to do the review again. Because if the submission doesn't change since the last review round, they don't need to do that again. Let us see the code of the checking mechanism. So I established a new file called the update detector helper, which includes all the functions to check the updates. So the entrance of the functions is here, update, which is a function return true or false. So we can see here it divided in two parts. So first check the submission if the submission is updated. This means the submission itself include the links and the files, the link string, but not the link to contain something. Then check them if they are changed or updated. And the second part, that is a link to content. So for each part, I call new function and here implement the details. I think I don't need to explain this because they are just to get the time and compare the time with the last review time. So each function will return a true or false, and after the true or false, we can get the result that whether the update submission is updated or not. So this function is called from here. In another place in the review mapping helper file, there is a method called getTeamNameColor in review report, which is responsible for the color in our review page. We'll see that in later. And now we can see when the method check the response. For each response, it will check it. If it is, here's the original code, and that said, if the response is graded, it will be in the color blue, or if it has been assigned, it will be the brown. Otherwise, it will be red, means that the review or response is not yet finished. But now this is my code, which is added here to check if the response is larger than 1, which means the response round is larger than the round 1. Because if there is only one round in total, we don't need to check if there is some update. So then I will extract the latest response and check if it is updated by call this function. If I know it's update, I will do nothing. But if I know there's no update, I will make it green. So last, let's see the view part. We can see here after I add the new functions, a few team has been colored by the green. And if it is green, I think the reviewer didn't need to redo the review, and the grader will know that if the reviewer didn't do the review, that doesn't mean they don't do that. They didn't want to do that, but they didn't need to do that. So that's all for our project. Thank you for watching this video.